It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on Jamar Chase. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Bengals and the Jaguars on Monday Night Prime Time.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Tonight we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season, and we've got a good Monday nighter in store, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched
the Bengals offense in the midst of a perfect season, they get their first possession here. And the focal point of the offense, as it's been all year, is this man at running back. Boy, he's been great. His guys would be in the playoffs if the season ended today, but they need a big game from him here to make sure that stays the case.
And that's exactly why I listen to you, because you're exactly right. A big game will go a long way towards making sure they are in the playoffs come January.
There he goes, left side. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 103 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ball game.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Again, it's Charles. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can run a post route like that.
It's a luxury for the offense. It's an extreme luxury for the quarterback. Always has a great outlet and usually able to come up with a nice play down the middle of the field.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Touchdown, Bengals! Irv Smith Jr. with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything, every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
First down, here's Burrow. That's complete, it's Charles. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. He had his eyes on 200 yards last week, earned him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he was really, really good. Fun to watch back in tape with you.
It was fun to watch, wasn't it? And he's trying to have the same type of a game in this one. But what was fun watching was how he read the defense. No matter what they presented, he had an answer for it, and that's why he was open during that game.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run. Charles.
Taken down at the 30.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They run over center with Charles. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. A solid stiff arm. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
For as much as we extol his route running and him as a pass catcher, he might be better with the ball in his hands. He did not want to go down there until he found the end zone, and while he didn't quite get there, he and his guys are set up near the goal line now, 1st and goal.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They run it. It's Charles. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They'll try again. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown, Bengals. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
149 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it, when you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow looking deep here for Chase. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 64 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's...
The Bengals set to take over. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
Ready?
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Looking deep here for Chase. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Now Burrow on 1st down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Looking deep here for Chase.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
and the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so they dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Coming right, this is Charles. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
174 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
How about that run? Picks up a 1st down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. 62 yards.
And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic, a lot of fun to watch.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He has had a whale of a game. In the third quarter, you're already over 200 yards. I don't know what more he can do at this point.
Not a whole lot, and what he has found is that zone that we always talk about, where every carry feels great. Every carry potentially is a sprint to the end zone, and all he wants to do is ride it as long as this game goes on.
Yeah, now he's just thinking 300 yards maybe. A 1st down carry here for Charles. Gets past 1 man, and he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here's a give, left side, it's Charles. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. Big strides. Look at him go.
Touchdown, Bengals. Irv Smith Jr. with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game.
And the Bengals have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy.
Here we go.
11.
They will throw on first down with Burrow.
That's caught over the middle by Asiasi.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Still fighting for more. There he goes again. He may go.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. 67 yards.
And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
And out now, here come the Bengals.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Here we go.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Stop.
It'll be Charles again. He has been the workhorse tonight. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th-quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
On 1, ready? They gotta go.
Now it's Burrow.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth. Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 1st down, it's Charles again.
He'll take it inside the 25.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
On 1, ready?
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Burrow.
He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. That is caught. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bengals are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the 4th quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game.
The Bengals getting set to go.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts.
Here we go. Mighty. 11 mighty.
They go play action with Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Charles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Gun.
They'll hand it off. This is Charles. 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Here we go.
Right back to him on first down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, partner, under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show.